It is 9:30 and I am still in bed, which is not typical for me. Usually I'm up and ready for my day by 8:30, which I know you may think is weird for somebody with narcolepsy, but the thing is I take nighttime medications specifically for narcolepsy to regulate my sleep cycle, and then when that wears off, boom, I'm wide awake. And in the morning is when I am doing my best, and by the afternoon, when the effects of my nighttime meds have worn off, that's when I start having issues with my narcolepsy. But anyways, had kind of a rough night last night. Before bed, I had a really minor reaction. Harlow told me I was scratching, and I noticed it. It was minor, so I was able to give myself a half dose of Benadryl, IV Benadryl through my port, and that aborted it. And then at 4 a.m., Judd woke me up because I was in the middle of a pretty severe reaction, like angioedema attack, and he gave me a full dose of IV Benadryl, and that aborted it. But then, even though I was exhausted after that, I don't know why I couldn't go back to sleep for another like 2.5 hours. So that's why I slept longer than usual this morning. And then of course, when I woke up, I had my morning asthma attack that I've been having for the past week, but my breathing treatment took care of that. Still feeling a little achy in my chest, but that's okay. Good news though, my headache is gone. I woke up and my headache was gone, so that's awesome. I'm just gonna lay here a few more minutes and then I'll get up and start my day. I have risen from the bed and I have made the bed. Oh, feeling a little short of breath, but that's all right. I am just so thankful that this headache is finally gone, and I've got kind of a newish outfit on today. Dug out these LuLaRoe leggings that I haven't worn in a while. They've got little airplanes on them, super cute. And it's kind of a rest day for me today. I don't have to leave the house at all, but I've got a few things I gotta do around the house, so I'm gonna go get started on that. Marinating some chicken for dinner tonight. I love this recipe, it's so good. There's a link to it in the description. Sorry, Harlow, this raw chicken isn't for you, but I'll get your breakfast ready now. Our raw breakfast here. Harlow, spin. Sit. Okay. Good girl. So that was Harlow's last prepped raw meal, and so today is prep day, and as you can see, I've got the chicken and the liver and the kidneys and the ground beef, the scale, cutting board here, everything I need to prep her raw meals. There are a lot of ways to do raw, and this is the way I do it. It doesn't mean it's the only way to do it, but I'm just explaining what I'm about to do. Harlow gets, I believe, 1 pound and 11 ounces of food a day. 80% of that is made up of meat. I choose to use chicken breasts and ground beef. 10% is bone. I choose to use softer bones like pig's feet, and I also use bone broth. And then 5% is liver. I use cow liver, and the other 5% are other types of organs, and I use pork kidney. I also throw in fruits and vegetables with every meal because I think it's good for her. And now let's get started on the prep. As you can see, I've cut up the chicken. That big package from Sam's Club got me about 12 bags, which is 12 meals. And Harlow gets about 10 to 11 ounces of meat in each meal. So I measured out 9 to 10 ounces of chicken in here and distributed it. And then the additional ounce or so that is needed will be made up with the ground beef. So I'm going to use the scale to measure it out and distribute it as well. The meatballs are done, and now moving on to the pork kidney. She gets 0.6 ounces in each meal. So I'm going to go ahead and divide that up. Kidney is done. Now my least favorite part, the liver. It smells gross and feels gross, but gotta do it for Harlow. Just 0.6 ounces as well in each bag. Let's do it. The last thing I do is fill up the bone broth ice cubes, stick them in the freezer, and then Harlow gets 1 or 2 with each meal. Ta-da! Harlow has 12 meals prepped. That's just about a week's worth of food. The scale bowl is dishwasher safe, which I love. Leftover liver and kidney goes in the freezer until the next prep day, next to her pig's feet, which are the bones she eats. And the prep bags go in the freezer too. Can I help you? And of course we clean meticulously when we're done prepping. So it took me about 1.5 hours to prep all that. I take breaks in between the meats because I can't stand there or even sit there with my walker and cut and prep just the whole way through. My body can't handle that, but it's not a race. I can take as long as I need to. Now that I know how to do raw, I find the hardest part to be prep days. But like I said, I just take breaks and take my time, and it's totally doable. I never thought that I would ever feed my dog raw. Like, I'd see people who did raw and I thought, wow, they are dedicated. Because honestly, feeding raw was intimidating to me. And then I stayed with my friend Janice for 2 weeks, and she fed her dog raw, and I saw so many benefits in her dog. I was like, all right, I gotta try this. And it's actually relatively easy now that I know how to do it. I think the most intimidating part was knowing where to buy the meat and knowing what to give your dog, like how many ounces of what. And the easiest thing that I found is there's an app called Raw Dog, and you put in your dog's weight and percent of body weight to feed per day. I put in Harlow's weight, and the percent of body weight to feed for her, I put 2.5% because I want her to maintain weight. They say do 3% if you want your dog to gain weight and 2% if you want your dog to lose weight, but she's perfect, so I put 2.5%. And then it tells you exactly how many ounces of liver and other types of organs and bone and meat they need per day. And that made my life so much easier. Then I found a local Hispanic supermarket called Bravo. That's where I get my liver and pork kidneys and bones. So ethnic stores tend to carry the stranger meats. And then the chicken, I go to a bulk store called Sam's Club. It's like Costco. So I can get a lot of the chicken at a good price in bulk. And so now I'm not ever gonna feed Harlow kibble again, because honestly, her teeth are looking so much better. Her allergies have lessened. She used to get itchy sometimes and not anymore. She still has the runniness in her eye from her allergies, which doesn't bother her at all. It's only cosmetic, but the vet said that's from environmental stuff, so it should go as the allergy season leaves. But anyways, the biggest thing though, and this is crazy, Harlow, I used to run my hand through her fur and get like clumps of hair, typical golden. Now I run my hand through her fur and I just got a few strands. And the only difference has been feeding raw. Like 2 weeks after feeding her a strict raw diet, no kibble, her shedding has greatly decreased. And I am shocked, like, because of that. Never again will I feed her kibble. It's just, raw is so much fresher, no preservatives. She's doing so well on it. But raw isn't for every dog. It's not for every family. I'm glad I stuck with it though, and it's working well for us. And so, yeah, that's my raw story. Somebody asked if I'm worried about cross-contamination with the meats. No, I mean, I put them all in one bag and freeze it, so I use the same cutting board for all the meats, but that's because it's for Harlow. Me, when I cook, I don't cook that way. You know, I use cross-contamination rules and all that, but I'm really meticulous about keeping everything super clean when I am doing Harlow's prep, so that's all about raw. Janice has recently made a raw feeding 101 video. There's a link in the description to it, and y'all should watch it because she's the one who taught me how to do raw, and I go to her for all my raw feeding questions. She's like my raw feeding guru is what I call her. So if you want to learn more about raw, definitely watch her video. So I'm just here polishing our wood furniture. I do this about once or twice a month, but I finally got a call from the Marketplace Appeals Center, and quick update for those of you who don't know, there was a system error in the marketplace, so my insurance coverage for January was canceled. I didn't have insurance coverage all of January, and I was pretty much hospitalized the entire month of January, so we accumulated like tens of thousands of dollars in medical debt. So we didn't appeal, we won the appeal, but it's taken them forever to process it. Well, got the call just now saying they finally processed it at the marketplace, got a confirmation number, and they said in about a week, my insurance carrier should have all the info they need to recover January and get those medical bills taken care of. And I am so thankful that it's finally moving along slowly but surely. That's awesome. Judd's home, so Harlow's excited and happy, and I'm gonna get started on dinner. How was your day, babe?
That's good.
That's good. Harlow. Good news. Okay, so I just got a call from my home healthcare company, and I got registered with their IVIG department. Apparently, my home healthcare company is an IVIG Center of Excellence, whatever the heck that means. Sounds good. And we are set to go with all my pre-meds and everything, and like my first infusion could be as soon as next week. We put in a request for Wednesday. They gotta make sure they have a nurse available and get my shipment to me and everything, but like, y'all, it's happening. We have worked so hard for all this, and it's finally come together, and I'm so grateful to start this treatment. Ah, this is so awesome. Just had to let y'all know. So happy, Hippo.
Looks scrumptious.
Smells good too.
We have some...
Can you tell whose is whose? Judd? What?
We have some yellow stuff with some golden stuff and these cute little green trees. I'm sure they are healthy.
It's gonna be really tasty. Let's eat. And as per usual, Judd's finishing my food for me.
There are starving kids and I don't know, somewhere.
So we can't let it go to waste, I guess. But you liked it? It was really good. The chicken was really tasty.
Also, every season is bulking season.
For Judd.
Just like every day is cheat day.
It's Harlow's turn to eat. We've got her meatball in there for tonight. Harlow, finish. Here, finish. Center. Watch me. Okay. Happy dog. Harlow's sitting there so nicely. Okay, wait. She's getting her bone, which is a pig's feet. It's a softer bone. She eats it outside as not to make a mess on the carpet. I don't hover over Harlow when she has a bone, otherwise she might feel the need to scarf it down, and that can get dangerous. If I leave her alone, she eats it very slowly and carefully, and of course I supervise her through the sliding glass door. While we're in bed, I am so tired from
How do we keep doing this? Like, you need to pick more different shirts.
No.
Because
this is your shirt. I wear his shirts to bed.
well, this is my shirt too.
So you need to pick more shirts, so I have a better variety to choose from.
Feel how, like, you can even see
like,
in the camera how silky this shirt is.
I don't like the feeling of silk.
You get
Anyways,
else.
I'm exhausted from not sleeping well last night. I fell asleep while we were downstairs watching TV, so we're going to bed. I'm so happy that the IVIG is getting sorted, and I hope y'all enjoyed us, or me, prepping the raw food.
Sounds at work.
And that's it. Thanks for joining us in our adventure. Good night.